Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. I wanted to bring you guys just a quick little update. What I want to do was put Litecoin on the line graph today. It's something that I look at. I haven't brought it to you guys, but you'll also see this like on Coin Market Cap, and I just wanted to show you kind of what we were looking at in terms of the line graph. So what you can see right now, we've been working in this upward channel. All right. So we've been having these higher highs, and we've also been having these higher lows. So that's really important. And what you're seeing is how we're traveling in that channel. And guys, really pay attention to that because this 170 is coming up, and that's going to be overhead resistance. So I want to see what we do. Are we going to come up and hit it and bounce back down, test this trend line, and then try it again? Or we're going to go up and hit it and break down through this trend line and then maybe go back down to 150 and see if we get a nice bounce off that? Or if we're going to break through that 170 and maybe potentially make a run up here to that 225 to 231 area, right in that range. I know it wicked up on the candlestick chart. You can see that wicked up to 252 or 254, but this would be our next line that we'd really most likely run up to, would be around right here. If we were able to break through that 170 with a lot of volume, then we would be coming up and testing this. Okay, guys, so I really want you to pay attention to this. You can see we're holding that overall upper trend line. That's great. We're up above it. We've been making some moves, but I want to see some more volume come in to get up through this 170. That's going to be a really big deal for us. And I know with the market kind of mixed today, there's been a lot in the red, a lot in the green, kind of back and forth. Litecoin's been holding at about 162. I've seen it down to 160 and then up to 163. So kind of bouncing all around of like 0.5% in the positive to 3% positive. So just really pay attention and don't FOMO on anything. That's what I want to tell you. Just be really careful and be thoughtful about when you put your money in. Okay. And also don't be afraid to take profits if you're doing some swing trading. If you kind of see us get up here to that 170 and we don't have that volume to get through it and we kind of start bouncing down and the indicators are showing us going back down, then it might be time to take a little bit of profit. So let's take a look at the RSI, see how that's looking. I hope you all are having a great day. All right, so the RSI, what you can see here, just a little bit, and this is where I want you guys to pay attention. So let's pull from right here, and you can still kind of see that trend now, and the RSI is going down a little bit. So we would have to break up through that. We'd have to get past this double top, essentially, that you kind of see. You see how we have that double top, went up, tried it, came back down, went up, tried it again, and then it went back down, and now we may be coming up to make another test of it, but it seems like once it hit this trend line, we're maybe moving a little bit sideways right now, so just pay attention to that. Our RSI is around 59.97 right now. Then let's check the MACD, see what's going on there. All right, so MACD, sorry guys, get my cross out here. Okay, so our MACD, we are above, so as you can see there, and then it looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a move upwards there, so that's obviously a good sign, but continue, we have to have that follow through, guys, because you can see on the histogram right here how we are up, and then we started to come back down a little bit, like that. So typically when the histogram's running down, unless we get some good volume and get the histogram ticking back up, which it's slightly ticking back up, but I'd like to see a little bit more of a move. That would mean we're kind of having that a little bit of a bearish divergence, or we're having a little bit of a top taking place. So just really pay attention to that. The histogram can really tell you a lot. I was watching a video on histograms last night, and it gave some really good information. So guys, you can see that right there, how it's kind of downtrending, and it almost looks like we're breaking out a hair, though. Let's see. Let me replace that. So I'll just go from the top. We'll pull down. So you see, guys, kind of with those trends, sometimes we'll have that trend line, and then we'll have the breakout. If it's going down, then we'll have a breakout. But we need more volume for this to really start going up. So really keep your eye on that. Let's check the MACD and the histogram on the 4-hour. That might give us a little more indication of what's going on. Okay. All right, let's get that off there. So on the 4-hour, you can see we really went up strong, which was good. Overnight, we had that nice run up. And you can see here the histogram as well went positive. But now what are we seeing, guys? A little bit of. As you can see from the histogram here, starting to go down just a little bit. So really pay attention to that. That's something that's really important. See the 3-hour. See the 3-hour starting to drop off even more. 2-hour. There you go, guys. And that's what's nice about the lower time frames. And then the 1-hour, you can see we actually went underneath, and our MACD started to go underneath. So that's what I was just trying to bring to you guys. Don't FOMO. Litecoin's doing really well right now. It would be even nice to move just sideways a little bit before we make a nice run. But I want you guys to pay attention to this. See, the histogram started to flip down to the negative here a little bit. Maybe we can get it back up top, but really pay attention to that. And I know the MACD is a lagging indicator, but I really think it's a good indicator. Like this here, when we had that sharp hook that comes down, it just wasn't one of those subtle crosses. We had a sharp hook turn, and then we went back up, and then we started to go back down. So really pay attention to that with the MACD. You want to buy when it's been in the negative for a long time. And that's a great example of this is if you go to the 1 day. I'm sorry this video is a little bit longer, guys, but I just wanted to get into some stuff with you. So do you see here on the MACD, do you see how long on the daily we were underneath? And then when we had that nice hook that came in, and that strong volume, that's what brought us from $126 all the way up to that $236. So really look for that, the MACD to be in the negative for a while, and then once it crosses, that's going to be a more significant cross than when it's just been for a little bit underneath, and then it makes just a little bit of move without more of a hooking pattern. So I wanted to bring this to you guys. Just be careful out there. Protect your gains. If that's what you're into. If you're into long-term holding, obviously I think you're going to be great in the long run. But I just wanted to bring this to people who were looking at this going, oh, should I buy in right now? Just really pay attention, okay? Just really pay attention right now. And remember that trend we were talking about? When you break out of trend lines, then you start to move up a little bit, and that's what we had with Litecoin. So the next overhead resistance is 170. If we break 170 with a lot of volume and we're looking good, we could potentially have a run up to that 232. And then on the negative side, really look for that 150 as a mental support. I feel like we could potentially go back there and get a nice strong bounce off 150 and then make our run to break through 170. So remember, guys, I'm just a crazy guy. I'm just a beginner in this, just showing you what I'm seeing, what I'm studying, and what I'm looking at. So God bless each and every one of you, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.